Journalissimo by Griffin Lamachy. I'm a journaler. I journal a lot. In fact, I'm journaling right now, and after I'm done with this journal entry, I'll write about it in another journal. I keep 3 journals, always. A, B, and C. This is Journal A. Journal A consists of things I wouldn't mind other people reading or seeing or hearing. This includes final drafts, rough drafts, things to be typed, things to be read out loud, things to be performed, finished or almost finished things. Journal B is about Journal A. Outlines, notes, problem-solving, processes, pieces of dialogue, raw descriptions, esoteric philosophical debates, and basically any other things concerning the finished things before, during, and after they are finished things. Technically, this entire entry belongs in Journal B, since I am describing the process of writing in all 3 journals. But since I wouldn't mind other people reading this, this entry continues as is, here in Journal A. Then there is Journal C. Journal C is more or less about the life of the author of Journals A and B. It includes everything else, but does not include items from the 3 planners, and I also keep it with me at all times. The planners are for personal scheduling, accounting, timely lists, statistics, mainly. Journal C includes, but is not limited to, the following. What I did today, what I did yesterday, week in review, month in review, where I was this time last year, declarations, personal recollections, movie reviews, book reviews, movies and books I still haven't seen or read, restaurants that have closed, strange things that I have found at job sites, why I can't write, what to write about next, how much money I need to make in the next 3 months, what ifs, where have my friends gone, pros and cons of rejoining a gym, quitting smoking, cutting back on smoking, smoking at only certain times, failing at quitting smoking and deferring it to some other abstract time in the future. I think my back is getting better. I'm not doing enough. I'm doing too much. Where did all my musical instruments go? Where to move in 10 years? Pros and cons of taking night classes and grocery lists. Just to name a few. As one could surmise, a lot more material is written in Journal C than in Journal A, with Journal B somewhere in the middle. When things are really humming along creatively, this pattern is reversed, where Journal A and B fill up fast and Journal C is cracked open only if something significant must be addressed. But things are not humming along. Things have not hummed along for a decade, maybe longer. Definitely longer. About 20 years ago, I attended a retrospective honoring a famous illustrator at a local gallery. He was about my age now. The gallery was in an old brick warehouse, half of it dedicated as art space, the other half offices. False walls covered with brick, and the partitions were covered with brick. On them were the illustrator's finished published works. There were about 100 items in total, some framed, most not. In the big space between the 4 walls, there were 3 long tables, each 4 feet wide and about 24 feet long. On those tables were his journals. Stacks of them, all different types and sizes, all filled up with drawings, sketches, texts, and notes. There were 5 to 7 journals on each stack, and there were about 90 stacks total. Yes, I counted them. Each journal held, on average, about 60 pages, double-sided. Altogether, there was somewhere around 50,000 journaled pages. 50,000! About 7 journaled pages a day for 20 years. It was overwhelming. And what bothered me most was something that was missing. There was no Journal C. This was all Journal A, finished work, with a touch of Journal B here and there, rough drafts and final drafts only. This terrifies me even now. Was there never a Journal C? Or was there another 400, 700, 1,200 journals somewhere else? As we were leaving, the famous illustrator was standing by the door, his hair and clothes frazzled and unkempt, his eyes behind thick, wire-rimmed glasses were clear but systematically tired. What stood out most was his vulnerable demeanor, which could have been seen as shyness, and why not? We just rummaged through his entire naked life. We shook his hand. My girlfriend at the time, who was a normal person, said what a normal person would say. "Your work is amazing," she said. "Thank you for letting us see it all. It's wonderful." He nodded in thank you, without making direct eye contact, as if every compliment embarrassed him. I, however, am not a normal person. I shook his hand, wordlessly, maintaining eye contact, and I said, "You will never figure it out." Our hands dropped and I walked away. It occurs to me now that I have miscategorized this journal entry. It should be in Journal C. Not here in Journal A, because it is a personal recollection. However, as mentioned before, it speaks about process, therefore Journal B. But then again, yes, a part of it does still qualify to be included here in Journal A. Perhaps I should start Journal D.